Number one is that this man was on a cover of Sports Illustrated from the time he was 17 years of age.
How close is LeBron to catching Jordan?
The numbers don't lie. He's right there.
For me, I look at, the total body of work, what LeBron James is as a basketball player. And if I had to pick one over the other, right now I'm picking LeBron James over a Michael Jordan.
Yep, it's one of those videos. GOAT. What does that mean to you? Well, to any of us basketball fans, that word has plagued our sport since its inception. It's been thrown around from player to player for years. Until about 20 years ago, when they found one man and it just stuck. In fact, it became so synonymous with him that just by saying it, you know who I'm talking about. It describes a person that has immortalized their name into legend. A legend that should be close to impossible to top. Or is it? What's up guys, it's FLB. Out of my very first YouTube video getting a far better response than I expected, I decided to give y'all my take on the GOAT debate. If y'all like the video, then I ask that you like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification so y'all know the next time I post, y'all can come back. Michael Jordan throughout the 90s did things to capture the world's attention. Till then, we've never seen a guy that looked, moved, or had the swagger that he had. Till then, we've never seen a man jump so high that he looked like he was floating towards the rim half the time. Now you can just go find that at your local rec center. Seriously, if there was a definition for crackhead bounce, this would be it. In the 90s, MJ was a 6-time champion, 6-time finals MVP, 5-time regular season MVP, 1-time defensive player of the year, and the list of accolades go on and on. He was the epitome of greatness. He was the GOAT. And ever since then, the world has tried to find the next one up to claim the crown, and noting every new high school or college phenom as the next MJ, only for them to never even come close, until they looked in the most unlikely place possible. It's 2002, in Akron, Ohio. A young high school senior swept the nation, capturing the hearts of many, filling up high school gymnasiums like they were concerts. You wouldn't think it would be possible for a high school senior to not only be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, signing Nike deals, and taking pics with Jay-Z, but at 18, LeBron James was the icon, the kid pronounced to be the next Michael Jordan, and he embraced it. With all the expectations of the world on his shoulders, he didn't shy away. He took it head on. 17 years later, and I think it's safe to say that he by far surpassed all our expectations. 4 MVPs, 3 championships, 3 finals MVPs, and a slur of other accolades. In fact, he became so good that he's already many people's number 1, which is a very bold statement. But it begs the question, could there be a new GOAT? Is there finally somebody great enough to best Michael Jordan? No. The answer is no. Well, at least not yet. Now before you click off, hear me out, because I think I'm able to provide some insight that you haven't heard yet. Or not. See, my take isn't that LeBron isn't good enough to be the GOAT. It's simply, he hasn't had the same luck or resources to be. Since entering the league in 1984, Michael Jordan has had a damn near perfect story. Not just finals record, but story. And in the league as a rookie, he took initiative, separating himself from the pack, averaging over 28 points a game, and having then league MVP and soon-to-be NBA champion Larry Bird calling him the best player he's ever watched. The next season, he faces the first inkling adversity, breaking his foot and sidelining him for the rest of the year. The next 2 years, he tears the league apart, averaging 37 one year and then 35 the next, securing his first league MVP, all the while his future partner in crime gets better, year after year. After that, the team hires what's soon to be known as the greatest coach of all time, While this is happening, while he's getting better, the only rivals he has in the East get older. Do you see it? Fast forward a couple years, he wins his first chip against the Kareemless Lakers squad and goes on to dominate the league for years, only to abruptly retire, then come back, win 3 more rings, all while having a trainer so invested in your improvement that he will literally count the game steps you take just to know what part of you hurts. Do you see it now? The story. The perfect story of a man that dominated the league with all the talent and all the right resources. In this decade, MJ just built a story that simply couldn't be topped. Then you have LeBron James, the prodigal son, the man that's supposed to come in and be the next MJ. Except, as soon as he got drafted in the league, he got drafted to one of the worst teams possible with one of the worst front offices in the league. So bad that through his first 7 years, this is the best team they could build around him. But hey, he then moves to Miami, makes the finals first year, and then chokes. And that right there is the problem. One of the first big separating factors. MJ never had a 2011 moment. Every time he made it to the peak, he played his absolute best. But that ain't no problem, right? Goes on to win 2 more titles in Miami, but then realizes he likes his home better. Returns back, brings the championship, and is finally done. After 50 years, Cleveland finally has a ring. Then this happens. While you're at the top of the world, your only rival for best player in the world, and your only rivals for a championship, team up, and in the process eliminating any chance of you winning another championship. And that's all we have of LeBron's story so far. Throughout both their tenures through the league, both LeBron and MJ has been on 2 sides of the spectrum, one being lucky enough to have the resources find him, and the other having to go find them himself. But you may ask, doesn't that make LeBron better? Don't you having the initiative to go find something that fell in somebody else's lap and make the best out of the situation make you a better player? Well, not necessarily. See, in this graphic, I used 3 players to show what's better seen than said. Here, we have LeBron and MJ's major career accolades. But who's mystery player? They also seem like they've had a Hall of Fame career. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is no player. This is simply the gap that separates LeBron and MJ. A literal Hall of Fame career. It's telling. It shows that the hierarchy is still the same, with one man leading the way. But you have to give credit where credit's due. There has been few players, and I mean few, that have gotten as close as LeBron has to GOAT status. And who knows? That's my time, and I'm out.